Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Body Mind Healing. My name is Maria Sanchez. I am a holistic health consultant, a family nurse practitioner, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and a doctor in nursing practice. The case for today is the wound of injustice. Inside each of us resides an inner child who was once innocent, pure of feelings, and full of dreams. During this stage of their life, they were forced to face challenging experiences, pain, when they still could not understand or process those experiences. And living through that, it marked them for life. They developed deep and traumatic scars that became rooted in their unconscious and subconscious. It is possible that our inner child was a victim of abandonment, abuse, or simply lacked the necessary emotional care. Whatever the circumstances, today that child carries with them fears, beliefs, and distorted behavioral patterns because their immature mind interpreted those challenges this way and now live trapped in the illusion that life is an unsafe and threatening place. The common denominator of the wounds of the inner child is a lack of attention, of a sense of belonging, of protection, and of emotional security. The child simply longed to feel loved, be recognized, and be accepted just like they were. But by not receiving that unconditional love, they learn to hide their essence behind masks. The most common inner wound childs are 5. The wound of rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, and injustice. Today we will review the wound of injustice. This wound develops during childhood, generally between the ages 3 and 7, when the child feels they have been treated unfairly, their emotions were not validated, or they were expected to be perfect beyond their capacity. It often originates in homes with cold, strict, authoritarian parents who hold high expectations. Love and recognition were based on performance, not on simply being. Consequences of this wound include the child represses the emotions, becomes perfectionistic and overly self-demanding, learns that affection must be earned through achievement, blocks the expression of their individuality. The mask of the wound of injustice is rigidity. The adult adopts a rigid personality as protection in order to control their emotions, appear strong and perfect, always try to do the right thing, stay active and productive even when exhausted, hide their difficulty in forming deep emotional connections, be extremely self-demanding, and rarely ask for help. The core fear of this wound is a deep fear of emotional coldness, both in others and in themselves. Physical traits commonly associated with the wound of injustice include a slim, firm, well-proportionate, and well-groomed body, narrow waist, flat stomach, rounded buttocks, straight posture, square shoulders, tight jaw, tense neck and back, controlled stiff movements, neat, attractive, always well-dressed appearance, direct and bright gaze, dry and quick voice, intolerance of weight gain, strong focus on body care. Emotional characteristics of this wound include extreme perfectionism and emotional rigidity, high sensitivity but difficulty expressing it, constant self-pressure to feel worthy, persistent fear of making mistakes or being judged, suppression of pain and emotions, guilt when failing to meet ideals, harsh self-criticism and judgment of others, avoidance of vulnerability or dependence, difficulty enjoying life, believes joy must be earned, extreme thinking and moralistic attitudes, anger towards lives and others' imperfections, believes their value comes from what they do, not who they are, suppresses emotions to stay in control. Behaviors that worsen the wound of injustice are comparing or competing with others, living in constant self-demand, criticizing and judging the self and others, denying oneself enjoyment, obsessing over duty and perfection. Ways to heal this wound include practicing physical and mental flexibility, such as yoga, dance, art, etc. Recognizing that personal worth is not based on performance. Allowing and validating emotions without judgment. Cultivating self-compassion and enjoyment. accepting mistakes as part of growth, letting go of control and perfectionism, doing spontaneous goal-free activities, spending time with children, animals, and nature, finding balance between duty and desire. A powerful affirmation for healing the wound of injustice is, I flow. May the light of truth and supreme consciousness illuminate us and love transform us. Until next time.